everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am going to show you how I made this cute little otter card, and it says happy birthday to my otter half. And I just absolutely fell in love with this card. I thought it was so funny. I saw a similar card to this on Pinterest, but it was using a different stamp set from, you know, a different company and stuff, and I knew we had this otter one, and I thought I could incorporate as much as I had in my craft room and just with what I had to create this card. So that's what I'm going to do. Some of these items are retired. I'm going to try and refer you to different items that are in the catalog, or different ways that you can make this card the same way that I have tried, you know, to get the same results. So let's get started. You're going to need the Utterly Amazing stamp set and dies. So this is one set that you can get. This, I believe, is an online exclusive set. I will double check that. I'm still getting used to having stuff that's only online and not in the catalog, and then stuff that's in the catalog and not online. So I will double check that and I will put it on the screen, but I'm pretty sure that's where this is. So yeah, so this is the stamp set that we're mainly focusing on. So now we're also going to be using the Spotlight on Nature dies that we're going to be using, and there's a bunch of different circle dies. I'm going to be using the large one and the next one in. This is still current in the main catalog, so you can still purchase this. Now this stamp set is an older stamp set. It's very old, as you could tell, but all I wanted was this happy birthday. There's about 1 million stamp sets in the Stampin' Up! Catalog that says happy birthday. Get whatever one you want, you know, figure, you know, whatever you need to get the word happy birthday. I'm sure you can find something. You probably have one in your stash. Then the next stamps or dies that I'm going to be using are alphabet dies. These alphabet dies are the Playful Alphabet dies. These are retired, but they have another really cool set in the Stampin' Up! Catalog that will work just fine. And this is for the word otter. So we're going to be using that. And then I pulled out my chicken birthday dies, and I pulled this out just for this banner die that goes right across the top, and my bow. Now I'm sure there are lots of stamps and dies in the different catalog, or in the current catalog, that you could probably find a banner and a bow of some sort for your chicken. Oh, also I should let you know that for the birthday I also used the birthday hat, but if you bought the last year's otter set, I believe they have a birthday hat in it too, but I know I did. But do you think I can find it? I have a lot of steps, so this is just the stamp set that was right handy that had stuff I wanted. So I ended up just using this one. So there's that, and then this is a throwback, guys. This is way back. If you have this Stampin' Up! Little gadget, then you will use this for To My Half. You're going to create it and stamp it. Now, if you do not, a thing that you could do, you can write it, or you can go ahead and use a label machine and print them off, or you can go through and look at your stamps. This is a little more time consuming, but you can go through and look for the words to and my and half, and then cut them out. And they may be in words like, you know, to my love or to my wife. They may be in those types of letters, and you can cut them down. So those are just some tips I'm giving you if you don't have this old machine. Personally, if I didn't have this, I probably would have just wrote them out or used a labeler. So, okay. Now that that's all done, let's get started, because there's a lot of steps to this card. So first of all, you need a white piece of paper, and this is for the inside of your card. So that piece will go there. I used Balmy Blue cardstock, and this is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Then you're going to need some scrap papers of white, and this is for stamping your otters and your words, and that's what that's for. Then you need a 4x4 piece of designer series paper. This is out of the Otter, that Otter paper. Let me get it down here. Hold on. Online, when you go on there, it's called Otterly Adorable 12 by 12 paper, and that is the paper that you can use to create this card. If you just bought this paper, you wouldn't need the stamps, or because you could probably just line up some of this with those otters that are right in there, the dies. So, or fussy cut it out. But anyways, that's you need that. You need a 4x4 piece of one that looks like water. Then you also need a 4x4 piece of black. And then you need a 4x4 piece. Is it 4x4? No, 3x3 piece for the word otter. And then you just need some scraps of yellow, pumpkin pie, and a granny apple green. And this is for the banner. So let's get started. I probably will fast forward through a lot of this because there's a lot of die cutting and stuff. And we will get back to it. Okay, so we'll set this off to the side. And we'll get out the die cutting machine. Scrap piece here of, I stamped them with the black. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp the words happy birthday, and I think I'm going to use this one now on here. Okay, and while I have this, I set this up, and there's no rhyme or reason the order. I just made it sure it had the word to, my, and half on it. So there's no really right or wrong. And I gave a big enough piece of paper for myself in case I have to redo this a couple times. And I rock it back and forth And I'm not worried about that because we're cutting it out. And I think that looks fine. If something did not come out very good, you could always take a black marker, fine tip, and just go over it a little bit. I had to do that on my L on this one. So, but it seems fine to me. You want it to look like that type of a typo type thing. And then we are going to get a Daffodil Delight dark and Granny Apple Green light to color in our hats. So I did like this on them, and I colored the bottom a little bit. Colored the bottom and did the hat. And then I'm going to take the green, and I'm not worried about the little ball on the top because we end up cutting that off because we do have to fussy cut them out, just so you know. I know, a lot of work on this little card, but it's worth it. It's bring this back in. I'm going to score this very, very well, because the more you score it, like I said, it'll stay down better. Okay, and this piece we're just going to put down. It was very hard to cut this side, but thank God when you order this pack you get a couple sheets of paper in it, so that's wonderful. Okay. There we go, and I want the flow in, I guess, to go like this. And I just kind of picked the center a little bit. Nothing, like, I put it right in the center, like that. Now we're going to get our glue gun. I am going to use my tweezers to help me with this, and I'm just going to put a light amount of glue around this. Okay, and then we are going to put this right on top of this, just like so, and let it hold it down, you know, because it's a thin piece. You got to help it a little bit. Just a little. There we go. Then we're going to take our otters, and I'm going to put this one in, I think, first. Add a little glue. And I put him like right about there. Or her. This could be the her because I got a bow tie in the other one. Never know. I'll put this one kind of like this. I don't know about these. I just absolutely loved them. And then I'm going to take and add the little bow tie to him. And then I'm going to take one of my hats. I have these tweezers because some of these parts are so tiny. And I gotta have to put glue on them and to hold it. And I just add his hat right there above his head. Hold it down for a second. There you go. Now we're gonna do the little banner stuff. So I'm gonna take the end of this. put a little bit of glue on each one of these little spots here. Just put it down like so. If anything hangs off, we can trim it off when we're done. Okay, my banner. I keep forgetting to look up to make sure I'm in the camera view. I think I have been, but if not, I'm very sorry. And then we're going to put this one here. We're going to grab this orange one. And I meant to tuck this, so I don't know if I will be able to lift that green one a little bit. I'm going to pick this up closer to me. I meant to, oh, well, I guess I can because I didn't put a lot of glue. Thank goodness. Well, it's not tucked perfect, but there we go. I just tucked that orange underneath, but button it right up to it looks good too. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to trim this little piece off right there. A very tiny piece that needed to be trimmed off. Okay. Now we're going to go down to the bottom here. And I'm going to add a pop dot to the one side of, to the side with the H. I'm going to add a mini to this side of my card. And then I'm going to add a little glue to this side. And I'm going to put this right here. Just like that. Now before I put the other words on, I'm going to get the words Otter out here. And I'm going to hold them with my tweezers because this just makes life easier. And let's see. And I'm going to try to go as far as I can to the bottom and put it down. Now when I get this far, I'm like, oh, this needs some Bohemian Blue dark. And I'm like, it needs to look like they're swimming a little bit in this water. So I just kind of did this, put some dots after it, made it look like waves were kind of coming on them. I put some over here, like they were going around in a little circle. Put some down here. You can put as little or as much of it as you want. And that's what I did. And then I also said it needs confetti because, oh, I also put this little hat. Let me not forget my little other hat. I would have forgot that little guy. And I put him here. And I'm like, it needs like confetti falling or whatever. And I just went in my stash and I just grabbed a bunch of different types of stuff that I have. I believe all of these are still in stock, but this one. I believe these are some old fall stars, but I believe they have other stars in there, so you could use them or whatever. Now I only used the orange ones because they went with the theme kind of, but I didn't use top of my hats for the little balls because, like I said, I wasn't cutting that all out. So that's all I did with that set. Now with these here for the sequences, I went back and forth between the green and the yellow ones. So I'm just going to grab a green one and put it right about here. and a yellow. And I use different sizes, so, you know, I grabbed a couple of the bigger ones and put them over here. Another green one, put that there. And then I grabbed a little one and put it all the way down here. And, oh, I lack one right here. Let's use one of these bigger ones. There we go. And that is how I made my card that says happy birthday to my otter half. And another thing I did, originally I'd cut this all out in white, but then I thought it was too white. So I ended up taking the blend and coloring these over. But and then when I did the original, obviously, which is going to be this one, I decided we were going to cut it out in the yellow. So that's an option too. If you only have white, you can color these things and they'll come out just as great. So that's it. I would place this inside, could put a little greeting on it, and we will be done. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Bye-bye.